don't see it going around. And he definitely ain't gonna outbox me either. A lot of people think, oh, you're gonna outbox. Okay, we gonna find out then. We're gonna find.
Wow. Those were the words of Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder as he states that Tyson Fury can't outbox him. You know, shout out to Malik Scott for getting Deontay Wilder prepared, bringing all his tools out, brushing them off, dusting them off, shining them, right, and applying them for Deontay Wilder. And as you heard Wilder say, like, hey, you know, he's not going to outbox me either. I'm going for the knockout, but he's not going to outbox me. And let me counterpunch. The same thing I say about Deontay Wilder is the same thing I said about Anthony Joshua and Usyk. If Deontay Wilder goes in there and tries to play the game of Tyson Fury, talking about outboxing Tyson Fury, where I think Tyson Fury's not even going to come to box himself, it would be a bad idea. That's not the best thing, you know. I mean, I know he's confident. I know he's ready. He wants to get it over with. And Malik Scott has went in and did his fine-tuning to Deontay Wilder and all that, reinventment, which is change and all that stuff, right? He's done these things for Deontay Wilder. But I think the last thing Wilder needs to do is try to focus on outboxing Tyson Fury. Because Anthony Joshua did the same thing with Usyk, and then look how that went. He got outboxed for 12 rounds and didn't get the knockout because by the time he should have been going for the knockout, I think it was already past his time. He'd already been hurt. He'd already went through some things, and he knew right away, like, hey, I can't box this guy. So if Wilder spends rounds trying to outbox him, that's how Tyson Fury can pull off a victory. See, this fight might go 12 rounds. Who knows? I don't think it will. But if Deontay Wilder thinks, hey, well, I can outbox him, we're going to see. Well, I think you're wasting your time trying to see if you can outbox Tyson Fury besides knocking his ass out. I think that's the wrong approach because it rather contradicts each other. Well, he can't outbox me either. You know, and I know Malik Scott said, well, hey, you know, everything Tyson Fury has, he has an answer for. Well, you know, we'll see, you know, in a couple days. We'll see the day after tomorrow, right? So, like, what we're seeing is Wilder saying, hey, I'm trying to outbox Tyson Fury. Don't play Tyson Fury's game. That's the worst thing you want to do is go in there and think you can play someone's game and beat them at their own game. Deontay Wilder's not a boxer. Not saying he doesn't have any boxing ability. What I'm saying is just because you've got fine-tuned don't make you a fucking master overnight. It don't. And if he goes in there thinking that, he's going to find out, okay, Tyson Fury is better than I am with that. Now, if Wilder used his jab more, if you look at the second fight, every time Wilder threw a jab, he got countered with another jab. And that sent him backpedaling. Okay? So the jab he got caught with he got caught with that jab, a counter jab, and either a right or a left and a right, because he was going backwards, and Wilder can't fight backwards. That's how Wilder was able to unload punches, because Wilder was going backwards, trying to protect himself. And that's all he could do at that state. Now, if he's able to overcome that and spin over and around, that's a different story. But that's for the attack and for the counter, not to see if you can outbox a guy like a freaking chess match, because it's not going to work that way. And I'll say this. If Deontay Wilder outboxes Tyson Fury, which, you know, that's like Anthony Joshua outboxing Usyk, I will buy 5 of his merch. I already got some of his merch, but I will buy 5 T-shirts of him. You know what I mean? And, you know, that's what I promise you if that happens. But I don't think it's a good idea. I think he's wasting time. I think he should go in for the knockout, set up whatever their game plan is, execute that, but do not try to box Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on this comment that Deontay Wilder made. You guys tell me what you think about Deontay Wilder's comment that he's going to outbox Tyson Fury. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.